To the channel. We said before this game it was a must-win game, and that is exactly what Rangers have done. Yes, we have beat Heart of Midlothian, the league leaders, 4-2 at Ibrox. Of course, the score looks magnificent. Obviously, wasn't plain sailing. I think a lot of us were slightly frustrated with the goals that we conceded, especially going behind twice in that game. However, we all said at the start of the game, I don't care how we win as long as we get the job done. And there were a lot of positives in this match. So yeah, I mean, let's get into it, shall we, guys? It's the gap is closed to 2. It's been an interesting weekend, or Sunday, should I say, in Scottish football. Let's be perfectly honest. I don't watch the other lots games. However, I had seen that they were 2-0 down at half time, and I said straight away to my friend, I said, you want to make money, put money on it now. Celtic will win that game 3-2 when they were 2-0 down. And what happened? Play till Celtic win. Every single time something needs to be investigated on that front. But regardless, we still got the job done on our side. And this is huge in the title race. We're going to have a little look at the league table now. But this is massive from our perspective because, let's be honest, someone needed to beat Hearts. But let's speak about the game quickly, shall we? Get involved in the live chat, guys. We'll be taking your reaction in a moment. We're going to be going through some of the match reactions, Sky Sports, and all that good stuff in a moment as well. But yeah, started the game pretty positively. You know, going forward, I felt Rangers were the better side. However, we were our own sort of worst enemy, so to speak. That pass to Raskan, unforgivable, and that's something we've seen quite a lot this season. Just fucking around at the back that literally costs us. And Hearts managed to capitalize, and we were 1-0 down. But good reaction from going down, because we've been in that situation before against Hearts where we went one goal down and never came back. However, credit to the guys for going in and getting that equalizer. Then, of course, again, Hearts lapse of concentration again at the back, managed to make it 2-1, and then we get a quick equalizer once again. And in the second half, really, I did feel it was all us. I didn't really think Hearts threatened whatsoever in that second half. And yeah, Yusuf Chimiti getting a hat trick, that's huge for him as well. A lot of questions have been asked of him. However, in 2 big games now, he has come up with the goods. You know, we're talking about Celtic, and now we're talking about Hearts, the league leaders, and he's come up with the goods with the goals. We've said time and time again, we've had strikers within our team that just haven't been able to show up in the big matches. Yes, they score in the games against Livingston and all of these kind of teams, but when it comes to sort of Celtic, Rangers, title deciders, they don't show up. And yeah, Shimiti here again, this time with a hat-trick. So, yeah, look, I didn't care. I would have took 3 points up before the game. Slightly nervy in the first half, but yeah, over the moon that we managed to get the job done. I'm super happy. It would have been a perfect Sunday if Scottish referees didn't just play extra time until stoppage time until Celtic scored. That is really, really concerning. The fact that they have 2 games now in Dundee, they look like they were going to be going out with the cup. There was 7 minutes stoppage time. They scored in the 98th minute. Today, again, there was 7 minutes stoppage time somehow. And they scored in the 98th minute again. So it's just play till Celtic score. We're going to have the officials on the other side of us this year. So we're going to have to make our own luck. They obviously want Celtic to win the title, hence all of this sort of stoppage time. But regardless, this is about us. And let's have a little look at where this leads us right now in terms of the league table, where we're standing. I'm going to get a bit more reaction over on X as well. And then, of course, from you guys in the live chat. But yeah, let's have a little look where we are, the state of play. Let me just change my browser across. There we go. Happy days. And here we go. So after this weekend, match day 27, it is Hearts still top of the table. And of course, Rangers now in second. But what you can see here is the gap has been closed to 2 points. Am I right in saying that we were actually 16 points behind Hearts at one point this season? Would I be right in saying that? That's insane how we've managed to turn this all around. And yeah, looking at where we are. Celtic, of course, do have a game in hand, right? And they do have the possibility to overtake us and actually go level on points with Hearts. However, what I would say from a Celtic perspective, they've got a gauntlet week. They're in great form. I must admit that. Martin O'Neill has got them playing, not playing good football. They've been very, very lucky, but again, a game is until the final whistle, and credit to them. They're finding ways to win, even though they're getting a little bit of help from the officials. However, oh, sorry, where were we going? Rangers. Let's have a look. I wanted to take a look at everyone's fixtures. Our fixtures next, of course, we've got Livingston away. This is going to be tough. Despite them being at the bottom, they have sort of got a little bit of life into them. And yeah, they showed that they are capable, and on the road that we've shown that we are capable of dropping points. However, there is no margin for error in any of these games. I mean, every game is a cup final. I know that's, again, another sort of cliche saying. However, every game is a cup final. If we want to go on and win a title, we need to get victories like this, like we've done at Hearts today. Come up with the goods. Now, I would say these fixtures actually suit us better than the other sides that are in this, Hearts and Celtic. Looking at us, we've got a lot of home games coming up. We're also playing once a week. There's plenty of time on the training pitch here, and we have a really good chance to go on and win this title now. There is no excuse of midweek games. I don't even take that as an excuse anyway. As a professional footballer at Rangers, you play Sunday to Thursday anyway throughout the whole season. But there is no excuse now of midweek games. Look, once a week, preparations to just go, right, we've got Livingston. Don't overthink it. Don't think about Celtic. Let's get the job done against Livingston. Take that off. Then we move on. It's a game at a time, a week preparing, no complacency, and making sure that we get maximum points and progress to the Scottish Cup semi-final in all of these games. If we win every single game here, I have a really good feeling we will go the whole way. The momentum that can be built from this match today could be monumental, and it's in our favour. Look how many games we've got at home here. We've got Celtic at home, an old firm game, a chance to create a bit of space against Celtic. Then, of course, we've got another old firm game, which we could really put them out and make them trophyless this season. Then 2 big games against Aberdeen, Dundee United, also at home. And, of course, a couple of tricky away games. However, none of these sort of teams are really performing that well this season. So we should get maximum points and progress to the semi-final. If we want to stand a chance of winning silverware this season. Now, where I start to get a little bit of hope, and I'm going to speak about Hearts in a moment as well, right, is that looking at Celtic, they've got the toughest fortnight, I would say, for their whole season so far. They've got Stuttgart in the Europa League before taking on Hibernian. They're a bit wobbly at this moment in time anyway. So to play Sunday, Thursday is also going to be a bit of a problem for them. Now, looking at these games here, they've got this I'm looking at to win this. They've got Stuttgart on the Thursday away from home in Germany. Then they're going to Pataudry. They have got a really intense fixture list. This is their game in hand, by the way. And their game in hand might not even matter if we get the business done here against Celtic at Ibrox. Everything's pointing towards that, and we need to get the job done. Now, looking at Hearts in terms of where Hearts are, this might just be a bit of a nail in the coffin for Hearts. Again, they've ran a good race so far, but I think the old firm will now take it from here. And I don't want to discourage. I do want to discourage Hearts, but I don't want to jinx it, so to speak. But they have been a little bit wobbly. Hearts haven't been playing that good. Losing against St. Mirren, a last-minute winner against Hibernian. And then, of course, today, losing to Rangers. I think Hearts will not get maximum points from these games. That's just my opinion. And again, I might be humbled, but I genuinely do. I think our closest rival now is Celtic. And looking at their fixtures, they've got some tough games. If they come through these fixtures and win all of them, Celtic will win the league. I don't think Celtic will get maximum points here. I really don't think they'll get maximum points, and I don't think they'll progress through the Europa League. Let's see what happens. They aren't a good team. That I was hearing a lot from the first half against Kilmarnock today that they were ranked rotten. But the problem is that they're finding a way to win. Yes, with the officials' help, of course, with the stoppage time. but they are finding a way to win and getting the job done. And that's a massive issue from their perspective. But yeah, that's where that leads us as of now. And we're, sitting pretty in second. It's going to be tight. I mean, for the neutrals watching, this has been a fantastic season for us. If we obviously end up winning the title, this has probably been the best league campaign in Scottish football for the entertainment factor. Rangers and Celtic, of course, being really, really poor this year. However, for the entertainment factor, when we really had this sort of three-way title race going on, it's pretty exciting. But yeah, we need to keep on going now, and it's over to Livingston. But yeah, let's take a little bit of reaction, guys, from the live chat. I want to know what your thoughts are of that game. What did you make of it? And was I right? Was I wrong? Shug Scotland says 99 minutes their game added. That ran to. Now, again, I understand it's a minimum of something stoppage time. But what I'm hearing from people that watch the game, what I'm hearing from Neil McCann, is that they don't even know how 7 minutes was added on in the first place. More to the point, why does it always overrun constantly to mass amounts of time until they score? Why is that? Why is that? Why is it? I don't know. I don't know why. Every single game, it's always really, really late on. The Dundee game in the Scottish Cup should have been lights out for Celtic. They scored 98 minutes into 97 minutes of stoppage time. Insanity. And again today. I don't get it. What the hell are those kickoff times? Let's have a little look in here. Metal Central says Celtic still haven't beat Hearts. But yeah, I mean, I think they don't have to play Hearts until the split. We all don't. But I'm looking from a Rangers perspective that we've got a lot of home games coming up. We've got Celtic at home. So in the split, we're going to be going to Parkhead. And we're probably going to be going to Tynecastle. I know it works out a little bit iffy, but I think, yes, we're going to be going to Tynecastle and we're going to go to Parkhead. That's why I'm saying it's must-win games now. We need to beat Celtic at Ibrox. Have to. I can't believe that. Think about the amount of times the shittiest teams this season almost heat them. Dundee almost bagged 1-0. Almost did 2-0. Motherwell beat them 2-0 ages ago. Motherwell will destroy Celtic. I just think it's insanity to me. Really is. I'm trying. I don't want to come across bitter. Because bitter is not what I want to come across as. But something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. The amount of stoppage time we're seeing. Because when they're up, when they're 2-0 up, there is no stoppage time. It's whistle blown. If it's 1-0 Celtic going into the 90th, you better believe there will only be 1 minute stoppage time. There's never 5 minutes. There's never 8 minutes. I've never seen numbers like that before. 8 minute stoppage time. Where does this come from? Where does this actually come from? Dougie. Funnily enough, Dougie is the first ever user on YouTube. But when I first ever started YouTube in 2020, that I remember. 2020, I think my first ever live stream I ever did on YouTube. Funnily enough, Dougie was there. A few channels later, even a 100k plaque as well. And I always remember Dougie as the first person I ever seen in a live chat on YouTube doing that. So big shout out to you, Dougie. Hope you're doing well. And hopefully Rangers can win the title this year. Hopefully we can win the title this year. It's madness. Is there. We're capable of doing it. That's the thing. We are capable of doing it. We've just got a little bit of I think genuinely, I want to put this out there. I think we are our own worst enemy. I don't think Celtic are necessarily the threat to us, and I don't like to sound egotistical. I think we are our own worst enemy, and I think the only team stopping Rangers from winning the title this year is Rangers. Is genuinely Rangers making mistakes at the back like we've seen for the first goal against Hearts. I genuinely believe we are the only team that can stop Rangers from winning the title this year. So that's why we need to be on the ball this campaign. I genuinely do believe that. But yeah, let's see what happens. Was 4 minutes max against Kilmarnock. Refs are Celtic fans and are corrupt. That's what I'm hearing. And by the way, even my friend, let's call them they're good friends of mine, Celtic fans. I've got two really good Celtic fan friends, and yeah, even they were like, yeah, couple minutes, not 7 minutes. You know, when the supporters of a team are conceding that it wasn't that amount of time, then that's when you start to realise something a bit iffy's going on here. Even Neil McCann, I know Neil McCann's obviously in post-match frustrations, but Neil McCann's is a cool guy, right? And he's not a defeatist. And he was in disbelief that there were 7 minutes. But that's what happens time and time again when it happens to them. So we've got to be on the basis that we've got to create our own luck, because we don't have the luck of the officials and whatnot. We have to create our own. And as I said, we're the only team that's going to stop us winning. Play their post-match interviews, mate. Yep, let's get on to them now, guys. I'm going to have a little look to see. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to come up, but we'll listen to Danny Rowe and see what he's had to say following the victory. Let's see what's been said. What did you guys make of Chimiti, by the way? I know it's a bit of a contentious subject in terms of who he is all about. In fact, let's hear from all of them now. We've got the hat-trick hero himself. Let's hear what Chimiti had to say. I think his interview has now just been published, so let's see what they're saying.
Yusuf, you've got that match ball in your hand there. Just how good an afternoon was that for you and for Rangers?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. I think it was a great game for everyone. And yeah, now we're looking forward for the next game and win the race, yeah.
What does that do for your confidence when obviously there's a lot of focus and attention on you? We saw what you could do at Celtic Park, but how good was that for you in terms of confidence and showing what you could do today?
Yeah, of course, that's giving me more confidence, but I think everyone on the team helped me every day. They give me confidence, so I'm happy, yeah.
When you got that first goal today, did you seem to still be struggling because you had taken a knock just before that? Was it a case of making sure you get through the pain barrier to score?
Yeah, of course, I had to keep going, but yeah, I was struggling to be on my ankle, yeah.
How much do you feel you've developed now? How much more confident are you in this Rangers team?
Yeah, of course, I'm more confident, as I said before. My teammates are helping me. I'm playing more, I'm feeling good, so yeah, that's the most important thing.
Nico, how key is this man next to you then?
He's big for the team. Even the game he don't score, he works so hard, gives us so many options. So yeah, we are lucky to have him.
That felt big inside the stadium today, winning. Is that how the players feel?
Yeah, we know we've got 11 final now, so it's up to us and the fans to all pull in the same direction to go and achieve what we want.
The manager was telling me midweek that he didn't want any silly draws, and then it maybe worked out as a silly draw. But do you feel now that mentality you've had, the run of wins you've had, the way things are going, that you have that momentum about you?
Listen, going in Motherwell is never easy. It's been shown in the past, but we got a point there, so now we turn to this game. We have a massive win here, so it gives us a lot of energy to go next week and make sure we keep going, because at the end it's only 3 points to achieve what we want.
What does it say about Rangers' mentality today that you go behind twice to the team top of the league, but you still end up winning it?
Yeah, it was...
Bloody, what's happening there?
You still end up winning it.
Yeah, it was the kind of game where you felt that we were in control, but we conceded 2 goals, probably on their 2 chances in the first half. But we reacted directly, really good as a team. We scored really quick, and we just keep on going. We knew we were much better in the game, and yeah, we just had to make sure we keep going and score goals.
Well, it was a fantastic win in the end. Yusuf has got the match ball, and he's also got the William Hill Premiership Player of the Match award.
Big player.
Well done.
Thank you.
Man of the match. But yes, happy days. Good for Chimiti there. Let's see if there's any more reaction, especially from Danny Rowe. Let's see what the studio are saying with regard to this on Sky Sports.
What did you make of the 2 strikers playing together?
I think there's a lot of work to be done. I think when you look at Nadiri, I think a lot of his action is from middle to out. And Chimiti, he's another one that I think he likes to play up front himself. You know, because he does run the channels. He's not somebody you could say used to it. I mean, if Nadiri goes wide, you can see it. I mean, it's a good move there from him, but he ends up drifting out the areas as well. I think if you're playing with two strikers, you need to have at least one of them at central.
But what I would say on that one is, and it's credit to Danny Rowe, because Lawrence has touched on how Hearts have been solid defensively this year. When you go two up top, suddenly the centre backs are thinking there's two strikers against. They're so used now to playing against one striker, and suddenly there was two there for the day, and maybe that had just a little effect in the game.
I think, sorry, when you look at that as well, if you're going to get two strikers, especially the way that they play, for me, again, you go back, and I know Dujan still had it was fine. But you look at James Tavernier, his delivery into the box allows strikers movement, allows strikers to get across the front, allows them to use their head. But you didn't really see it from the wide areas. Roman's got forward a few times and put balls in the box, but it was from further, it was from deeper back. I think if you're going to play the two strikers, you do need to get up the pitch and then get balls in, because if you're playing Scholl Olsen and Mikey Moore in that position, they're more effective in the pitch a little bit as well.
Also, again, on the game, when Tavernier comes to the pitch, he was in that position on the right-hand side, getting into the box 3 or 4 times, where he is a big threat, James.
Nice. What did you guys make of two up top? What did you think of us playing two? It's a conversation that I always hear with Rangers fans about playing two strikers. Did you find it effective or not? And what did you think of Nadiri? I like Nadiri's positioning, to be fair. I do like what he's all about. And he certainly looks like I think he's going to be a good player for us, Nadiri. But happy for Schmitti as well. He's had a bit of a tough time at sometimes since, of course, coming to Rangers. But again, these are the sort of games that sort of grow you confidence. And on that note, guys, I'm going to head off. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for, of course, getting involved in the live chat. And most importantly, guys, Rangers get all 3 points against league leaders Hearts. And that gap is closed to 2 points. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Take care.